Okay, Teresa, so we are in the car, what we mostly do a lot of our time. So we just did a intake, and we were using the parent report form with the new changes that we made from page 128 of the coaching manual. So how do you think that worked in comparison to the way that we were doing them before?
I think the questions are much more open-ended, so I think it led the family to give us more information than in the past where we had just some yes and no's. And, even the fact that we're more aware of making our questions being more open-ended.
So how do you feel that you had control over the outcome of that situation, of the answers that the great-grandma was giving you?
Well, I was listening to what she was saying as well as taking notes, and I do more probing questions if I'm not getting the information that I need, as opposed to, like I said, the yes and no questions. The questions themselves are set up to really get the responses that we need to know. And most families like to talk about their children and what's going on with them. And I think this grandmother did a good job of sharing the information that we needed.
I did notice in there that you did ask one yes-no question, but I don't know if you kind of observed that the great-grandmother was so in tune with the questions that you were asking that she didn't even answer yes-no. She just kept right on talking.
Yeah, I felt myself asking a yes-no one and was trying to circle in my brain how to change the question as it was coming out of my mouth. But she did a great job. She didn't just stop at yes or no.
Well, we did the coaching training in May, and you and I have spent quite a lot of time with different providers and with each other. What type of supports or resources do you feel you need now to better enhance your coaching experience?
Just more time in practice, and like you making me aware when I do yes/no questions. I kind of catch myself doing them, but I was kind of thinking that I had changed it, but evidently it still stayed a yes/no question. So.
Are you getting the expected outcomes in your sessions with families that you feel has been enhanced by the coaching experience?
Families that are really into it, we still have some families who seem to think that we come in and do a magical cure. No matter how much I've pulled a few of my families in, they still seem to think that they don't need to be involved when we're there with the children. So need some more work done with educating those. Our newer families, they're a breeze because we start out that way to begin with, but some of our older existing families, we're still having a hard time pulling them in to being part of the session.
And you're also today going to start working with another provider that you don't normally work with, but a provider who is well versed in coaching. So kind of a joint planning of where we move from here, and you're also going to start tomorrow working with yet another provider who also attended. So where do you think, or how do you think you're going to handle working with two totally new people that you haven't been working with?
Well, now I have worked with one of them before.
But it's been several years.
Right, and it was before the coaching, but she still did a very similar coaching style, I feel, in the past of, involving the parents and pulling them into sessions. They're working with you and Tony, so, I'm kind of expecting that they will already have some of these skills, but, if not, we'll cross those bridges and have those discussions. And, I'll let them know that I'm there to support them and help coach in any way. Critiquing what they do, if they want to do that, we'll have some joint plans as I ride around with them tomorrow and today and tomorrow, and fill them in on the children that they're going to see and what we've already been working on with them. So most of the kids that they're going to be seeing are relatively new and have had the coaching type experience with other therapists. So I think we'll do really well. I'm excited to have new people. Miss some of the old ones, and some of the clients do, but I'm also excited to have new people to bring on board.